Hello everyone, my name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. So, I'm sorry if I sound terrible and I look like death warmed over. It's because I have caught a cold. My husband has been sick with a really bad cold and cough, and I haven't slept. Like all this last week, I wasn't sleeping, and I was desperately trying to sleep because I know the only way that I will not get sick with all the crud he brings home and my son brings home is if I'm getting the sleep that I need. Well, that didn't go so good because he was coughing all night. So I ended up getting sick. I started to feel pretty sick. I actually probably started to feel bad Thursday because I had a headache, a sinus headache on Thursday, and and then Friday was when I really noticed I was sick. But today I'm worse than I was yesterday. Yesterday it was just a sore throat, and I didn't really sound all that sick. Today I sound sick. But this is the weekend that I said I have time to make videos, and I have patterns I tried out, so I really need to make this video. Hi, Toby. Hi. With my little buddy Toby Tobes. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a very good boy. My little fuzzy wuzzy alarm clock. That's what he is. This one doesn't care if we go to bed late. He will be waking me up by 6 a.m. Regardless, I could stay up till 11 or 12 and he would still expect, even though he was out potty just before we went to bed, he would expect to be let out right at 6. He's like a little fuzzy alarm clock. But anyway, so I'm trying to try out more new patterns, especially since I'm in crunch time. So my grandbaby, my first grandbaby, is coming next month. She has to come early due to some complications slash risk. My daughter's very high risk. She she actually developed this liver condition called cholestasis, and she developed it early in the pregnancy, and it was severe. So normally with cholestasis, mothers, they induce, I think, around 37 weeks, but they're saying Abby needs to be induced at 36. So the week of St. Patrick's Day is the week that this induction will occur. Now, on to the next thing. When I realized how close it is to time for this baby to come, I was like, oh my goodness, I have patterns I want to try. Like I have all the pattern, like baby patterns and stuff that I want to be working on. So one of the things that I had done was I ordered from Annie's Attic this kit. Hold on. It's called the Bundle of Joy set, and it had, well, I've got the skein right here. In the bag, there was a skein of pink and then a skein of blue. I made the pink. I did not make the blue. I'll still make the blue and either put that on my Etsy shop or give that away to someone else. But I made the pink set, and it actually is a hat, booties, and little middies, but I had already bought organic cotton scratch middies for the baby, and so I didn't want to make these acrylic ones for the baby when she's got organic cotton ones. So what I did was the hat and the little booties. Now I will say about this pattern is extremely easy to follow. So Annie's Attic patterns, from the couple that I've tried, have been fairly easy to follow. There is one, I think there's one that I've tried that was not that easy. It was a pain. But this one here, if you've never crocheted before, I would recommend this one. And that's on the Annie's Attic website. It's in the kits, in the crochet kits. And it's actually on sale right now. So highly recommend get you one of these kits and make these, because these are the simplest hat and booty sets ever. Now, the first thing I did was I made the hat in the 0 to 3 month size. Then I made the booties. And I thought, those little booties look awfully tiny. Those look more like they would be for a preemie. And I know I crochet tight. So these booties actually would probably be better for a preemie. Now, baby Cassie is going to be a preemie. And thinking about that, I did not remake the booties bigger. What I did was I made the preemie size hat. So she will have the preemie size hat and the little booties in the hospital, and then the bigger size hat for just in case she does need the bigger one, or for when that hat gets too big. So that's what I did with the pink yarn. I did not make the little middies. I just added the preemie hat. So she's got the hat in both sizes. She's going to be born in March, and it's still cool here in March. Okay, now, oops. Dropped my pattern. Now, when I buy a pattern, I'm not done. I don't just make the one and done. So I've got another Ziploc baggie here, and I made the 0 to 3 month hat again, but in purple. And then I remade the booties, and I went up a hook size. And these look more like, to me, these look more like a newborn size. So she's got the preemie booties, and then these are 0 to 3 month. And then I've got the little hat. I really like the purple set. The purple set, I love the purple set. So I made the purple set in the 0 to 3 month size. Now the instructions also have the 6 to 9 month instructions. So guess what I did? Boom. 6 to 9 month hat and booties. So she has got the 0 to 3 month and the 6 to 9. Now, the summer months will be too hot. She's not going to wear hat and booties. So I figured the 0 to 3 month is for after she's born until it gets warmer. The summer, she won't need hats and booties. But then in the fall, she's going to need hat and booties again, because it'll be getting chilly, and baby need hat and booties. So I've got the 6 to 9 month. Now, I found out that my daughter did request to be induced on St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if that will happen, but the doctor did ask her if she had a preference or a specific day. And they'll do what they can do. May not be able to do it, but just asked for her preference. And she had said, yes, I want to be induced on St. Patrick's Day. Now, even if she's induced on St. Patrick's Day, that doesn't mean baby's going to be born on St. Patrick's Day. Depends on how long her labor goes. So she could not be born until the 18th. It's always possible. But knowing that she could be born on St. Patrick's Day, I have started a set in green. All I got to do is make the little booties. And I might actually make the scratch mitts, because this is cotton. This is the I love this cotton. So I just have to make the little booties to match. But I thought I should have a green set just in case baby actually comes on St. Patrick's Day. Makes sense to me. So I'll have that set done maybe later today. I'll probably have that set done later today. But discussing the pattern. So the pattern is actually, I found it to be very easy and very much beginner friendly. It does say on their skill level, it does say it's like mid, but that could be because there is, for example, like it'll say decrease, but it doesn't, and then you're supposed to see, it says see stitch guide. There's no stitch guide. So there was no stitch guide, and that's on row, let's see, that was specifically with the booties. With the booties on row 8, it says single crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches twice. So a beginner might need that stitch guide and might not know the decrease. So I will say that there's a couple times where it will reference, I think I saw it somewhere else, back post double crochet and front post double crochet. It says in parentheses, see stitch guide, but this pattern does not have a stitch guide in it. Now, for someone who already knows how to do those things, like the single crochet decreases and the front post and back post double crochet, that's not an issue. So I will say that a stitch guide, any kind of stitch guide, any one of your, say you've got a pattern book that has a stitch guide in the back, or I think Crochet World, some of those magazines actually have a page that is a stitch guide. If you're a new person, if you're new to crocheting, I do recommend having a stitch guide on hand. That is the only thing that I'll say, is that for somebody who doesn't know how to crochet, they might want a stitch guide on hand. Otherwise, this was a super, super easy pattern to make. This is like the easiest hat you can imagine. It's literally just, oh, no, Toby, come here. Come here, baby. Oops. No, you don't. Sorry.